On Sunday, I saw the Disney live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch, and the next day, I saw Bring Her Back. Hell of a jump right there to go from a family-friendly film to a disturbing horror film like this. I just can't remember the last time in my movie-going life I had a back-to-back double feature like that. Hey movie buffs, I'm Jack Benner and welcome to my review of Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back is the newest horror film from A24 and is the sophomore effort from directors Danny and Michael Filippo, aka RackaRacka. After the death of their father, two siblings named Andy and Piper move into a new home with a new foster mother played by Sally Hawkins until they discover a terrifying ritual at their new foster house. Before I get into my review, any new viewers coming across my channel for the first time, welcome to my channel. I am Jack Benner. I do movie reviews on here, and from time to time, I do some top 5 lists on here. So if you're looking for either movie reviews or top 5 lists, you're definitely in the right place. So you like movie content, like what you see so far, definitely considering that like and subscribe button for more exciting movie content down the road. I've been a fan of RackaRacka's YouTube channel since high school, from their Ronald McDonald videos, wrestling videos, and battle videos, whether that's Marvel vs. DC, Star Wars vs. Harry Potter. I always admired their high energy, shock humor, and absolute chaos they put in their videos. Watching their videos, I definitely thought, these guys are definitely going to make it big as filmmakers. And I was over the moon to see Danny and Michael Filippo transition from YouTubers turned filmmakers with their directorial debut in 2023, Talk to Me. Talk to Me premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January 2023 to rave reactions and later bought by A24. It came out at the end of July, a week after Barbie and Oppenheimer, and it grossed $90 million worldwide on a $4.5 million budget, becoming A24's highest grossing horror film and their third highest grossing film in their filmography worldwide, behind Everything Everywhere All at Once and Civil War. And Talk to Me was an awesome demonstration of RackaRacka's skills as filmmakers while putting a unique spin on demonic possession. And it is my pick for the best horror film of 2023 and in my top 15 favorite films of 2023. Great performances, wicked direction from RackaRacka. It was scary, intense, but also had dark themes about grief that elevates it more rather than just a standard prop horror movie. After how awesome Talk to Me was, I was highly anticipating Danny and Michael Filippo's follow-up film. And I remember hearing bits and pieces of their new film, Bring Her Back, and casting Sally Hawkins in the film, and I was wondering, when is this film going to come out? And in February, I saw the teaser trailer, and it skyrocketed in my most anticipated films of the summer. I was like, awesome, it's coming out in the end of May. I want to see this. It looked as equally dark, scary, and atmospheric, and I couldn't be any more excited to see what Danny and Michael Filippo had in store for their sophomore effort behind the camera. Now that I saw Bring Her Back a few days ago, I fully believe Danny and Michael Filippo established themselves as some of the most exciting horror filmmakers working today. Because holy shit, Bring Her Back was an amazing follow-up film that haunted me, disturbed me, made me sick to my stomach during certain parts of this movie, and my god, love this film. One of the best of the year so far. To start with my pros, Danny and Michael Filippo's direction is again on fire here. What's admirable about their direction here is they applied their skills from Talk to Me with their camera work, color palette, and tension building, while equally balancing tragic storytelling with dark themes. And they do a phenomenal job with the location at the foster house, taking its time to set up everything at the beginning of the film, with the dread and atmosphere of the whole place was used brilliantly here. And I especially love their use of overhead shots in this film. And there was one particular overhead shot in this film, the circle and this white circle around it, that's probably my favorite shot of the film. The cinematography here is fantastic, such a beautifully shot an eerie looking movie. The build up to the mystery of what's going on and you wanting to know answers to, that whole mystery was terrific and used perfectly for a gripping story here. And another thing that elevates this movie, the performances, fire on all cylinders, top to bottom. Starting with Billy Barrett as Andy and Sora Wong as Piper, they are both terrific here as our two main characters to get behind from the start with their tragedy and their backstory with their troubles with their father. One of them treated very well, one of them not so much. And seeing them witness all these terrifying things at their new foster house is all terrifying, and they sold everything about their performances, how they played their different characters and personalities and their different struggles in life and their grief. They gave excellent breakthrough performances, and I can't wait to see what movies they do next in the future. But who is a terrific standout here is Jonah Rand Phillips, who plays the nephew of Laura. And it's not an easy role for a child actor to pull off, but he succeeds with flying colors. He does a lot with being stoic, using his face, and just being creepy and unpredictability in almost every scene he's in. And you don't know what he is gonna do next. Is he gonna bite something or just do something dangerous? Just what is he gonna do? Just what a find on RackaRacka. Just this kid did a phenomenal job. I can't wait to see him in more movies after this. But who is the absolute scene stealer and cranks the creepiness to an 11 is Sally Hawkins as Laura. And she is a wonderful actress, giving many terrific performances in her career. This would be her second best performance since The Shape of Water. She does a remarkable job at playing this foster mother, balancing sweet, charming, and eccentric at first, but later creepy, unsettling, controlling, and altogether makes her terrifying to watch. But most of all, the tragedy inside her character, grieving over her lost daughter, and using Piper as an opportunity to bring her back. And that grief just adds more depth and nuance to her performance, where you do understand her, even if you strongly disagree by what she's doing with her acts of favoritism towards Piper, and just how much tragedy, depth, and agony with her character is all phenomenal acting from Sally Hawkins. And you may remember her as the mother in the Paddington movies, how sweet she is. Good luck watching the Paddington movies after this, my God! I know we're in June, halfway through the year so far, and I won't be surprised if she is overlooked, but I would love for her to get recognition for an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. I know it won't happen. Looking back to Toni Collette in Hereditary, that Best Actress Oscar snub still pisses me off to this day, and same with Willem Dafoe for The Lighthouse. But Demi Moore did get close to winning an Oscar for The Substance recently. So yeah, not really gonna be surprised if she's overlooked by the end of the year and how competitive Best Actress will be. And also, Academy does have that horror bias, so I wouldn't be surprised if she's overlooked, but I'm just saying I would love to see her receive more recognition for her performance. Just everything she does here is extraordinary, and this is hands down the best female performance I have seen this year so far. Now, if you thought Talk to Me was disturbing, Bring Her Back will make Talk to Me look like a heartwarming, feel-good movie by comparison, because my God, this movie is terrifying and disturbing, both with its subject matter and imagery here. And to use one example of how terrifying this movie is, let's talk about one particular sequence in the film. And there are two items to describe this scene. One, a cantaloupe. Two, a knife. That is easily the most disturbing sequence I have seen this year so far. And that scene was just so gruesome to watch that there were audience members to my left and right trying to do their best to look away from the screen. And I may exaggerate this a little bit, but here was my reaction during that scene. Oh no, he is not going to. Oh God, what the, holy shit, God, please stop, oh God, God, no, God. Yeah, that right there was how anxiety-inducing this movie was. And same for the climax, that was an absolute nail-biter. Same with Talk to Me. Of what I admire about Danny and Michael Filippo as directors is they are not afraid to tackle heavy themes such as grief and trauma. It is no exception here in this movie. The main themes this movie covers are grief, loss, trauma, and pain, how it affects our main characters in the past and present, and what they're worried about in the future, and how that main theme affects all our main characters, elevates this movie on a much deeper level. Yet it never feels heavy-handed or bogus. I feel like their approach to those themes is handled correctly, in a way to equally disturb you, but also engage you in the story. And there are also certain motifs that have been lingering on my mind. A particular motif for water, such as a shower and a pool. I feel like water is used excellently to illustrate the themes of grief. And I've also been thinking about the imagery with circles, how that could be interpreted as life and death. This movie just has fascinating symbolism that has been lingering on my mind. Sadly, I do have a few minor flaws with this movie, so I'll get to those. First, there were a few things I wanted to see more from. A certain backstory with one of the main characters that I wanted to see a little bit more from. That was briefly mentioned. I was like, maybe I would like to know a little bit more about this. And second, while I found the ending intense, I do feel like not everything in the ending worked for me. It didn't entirely leave me satisfied, and maybe a few times I thought, yeah, that felt like a missed opportunity there. To sum up, I doubt this will be a very rewatchable film for me in the future, given its heavy subject matter and disturbing imagery. But there is no doubt that Bring Her Back is an amazing follow-up for RackaRacka. It is bleak, intense, gripping, and most of all, disturbing is the most accurate word I can use to describe this film. Excellent performances all around, amazing direction from Danny and Michael Filippo, and haunting themes about grief. Now, I am going to be cautious when recommending this movie. I would absolutely recommend this movie to you. If you're fans of Talk to Me, you'll love that movie. You're excited for this, definitely check it out. You're fans of horror film, both the genre, and you love A24 horror films, I'd say you're in for a treat. However, this is a tough film to watch, both emotionally and content, and this movie is absolutely not for the faint of heart. And if you don't think you can handle this movie, I don't recommend you watching this film, but if you do want to watch it and you think you can handle it, I did want to give you a warning, so you could proceed with caution. And I would also not absolutely recommend this movie to you if you're on cloud nine and you had the happiest day and you want to go see this movie. Yeah, maybe you might want to watch a different movie. I'd say one that's more uplifting than this. This is my second favorite horror film of 2025 behind Sinners, and two great A24 movies this year, Warfare and this. And after this, we're definitely in for an awesome summer for horror with 28 Years Later in June and Weapons in August. I'm definitely excited for those movies, so we're in for a hell of a summer. And now to grade it, I'm going to give Bring Her Back 4.5 stars out of 5. An A! I'm over the moon to see how Danny and Michael Filippo set the bar for YouTubers turned filmmakers, making two awesome horror films for A24, and with everything they brought to the table, I'm excited to see what their next movie is in the future. Although I was disappointed to hear that they did cancel a Street Fighter movie that they were gonna make, and if you were familiar with their YouTube channel, like their Mortal Kombat video, if you remember that video, those two were tailor-made for a Street Fighter movie. I am so bummed that movie got canceled. But I am also glad to see them make the right choice to make this movie. And if they want to do another original horror movie for A24, I'm game. And I'm still ecstatic to see them evolve as filmmakers, and hats off to both Danny and Michael Filippo. So I would like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of Bring Her Back? Have you seen it? Do you agree? Disagree with my review? Or if you haven't seen it, are you interested in seeing the film or not? Let me know down below. Did you enjoy hearing my thoughts on this movie and want to see more reviews like this in the future? If yes, please hit that like and subscribe button if you're new here. And don't forget that notification bell for my next upload in the future. It really means a lot. My social media links are in the description down below. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. And if you'd like to see my written reviews, I do have a letterbox, so if you'd like to follow me on there as well. And until the next video, I'm Jack Benner, and look forward to another movie review.